Oh, homies, I am so glad to be back. I got so much to update you on, because anybody who's been sticking around might have realized that I disappeared for the better part of 2.5 weeks, and for some big reasons. I gotta catch you guys up chronologically. Last I left off, because let me tell you, it has been a roller coaster of a month. Because if you guys were here last we left off, I was going to comp. I had my competition. I prepped for a solid 4 months almost, 3 months before signing up and getting ready to actually go. Never competed before. Super excited, super ready. Never been more passionate about the sport. Excited to try something new. The hopes could not have been higher. So I stopped uploading when I took my week before comp to just deload, go light. I did 335 on overhead squat right before I stopped going heavy, because if you guys saw it, you can go back and look at my shorts if you need or whatever. My elbow looks like it damn near came out of the socket when I did the overhead jerk, and it completely strained the ligament or tendon connecting to my elbow on my left and the left rear delt / rotator cuff area. Not good places to fuck up right before comp. However, at the very least, I was going to give it my best. I was going to give it my all because I signed up for it. I'm not going to bitch out of the last second. I'm not going to go till injury, but I was going to at least try, have high aspirations and go for it. I felt great. The week I took off to just go completely light and not do any squats or bench to give my knees a break was a beautiful time. Felt wonderful. There's a little bit of kickback in my arms for the first few days, but it eventually got back to me. I had a lot going on otherwise. I mentioned before that I had a family member have some trial stuff going on when it came to getting sentenced, and that alone was a big bump in what was one of the most passionate weekends I had in weightlifting. And I've said it several times, even when it comes to the people that you're closest to, obviously show up when you can, show up when it counts, show up when it means something, not just to them, but something to you. So I showed up for sure, even though it was the day before my comp. I showed up, and it was really hard, but that's understating it. I'm moving on now. It still hurts, but you got to be able to live with the hurt to appreciate that struggle and appreciate the negatives in your life to fully appreciate the positives. And I've always told people that when your loved ones go through things, or just anyone around you has a moment, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant, your people that truly care about you are going to want to see you succeed in their times of struggle, rather than you putting your life on pause for something that is inevitable and out of everyone's control, including theirs. And so when I messaged them the day before, I was like, do you want me to stick around town for a while, like just so someone's close even though I can't see you? And they were like, no, go win your comp, go do your thing, have a great, wonderful time. We'll all be okay in the long run, and we all know that the support is there, and that's what counts. So I'm all mentally, emotionally, physically hyped up to go to this comp. When I got there in Orlando, I swung by one of my most OG gym homies' houses. He's got a garage gym with KG plates, so it was a great place to practice for the comp. He literally gave me a comp practice run where he announced me like it was on stage. It was a fun, great experience, and I felt great. Had no complaints. Got to tell him about some wonderful things happening in my life very, very soon that I've been excited for. Peak of everything. Couldn't be more grateful to be living. And the day of the comp comes. And I can't explain to you how different it feels. Not even just lifting on stage, but lifting in that environment. Because in my mind, up this whole training arc, getting ready for this, just prepping, having fun, loving life every step of the way, I had no other thoughts than I'm just going to show up, meet some people, have a great, joyous, stress-free time. And in the best way possible, it was the exact opposite. I was locked in. I was barely talking to people like I normally do, because it's something I care so deeply about. You know, I spent so much time, so much progress amping up for this. It's not even an obsession at that point. I just was so passionate that I couldn't help but put all of my 110% into that very moment, that very day, to make each individual stretch, each lift, each lockout matter. And my old high school coach is there hyping me up. That was another great thing that got me amped up, feeling wonderful. My shoulder's obviously not at 100% because I tweaked it the week before, but because of the rest and the light work, I feel great. But let me tell you, I was ambitious. Opening with a 115 snatch, kg is about 255, and a 143 clean and jerk, about 315 pounds. I've crushed those for singles. In my mind, I'm like, I'm going to be the most peaked I've ever been in comp, so of course let's start with weights that are heavy, but I know I can crush. Behind stage, I warm up, I do my thing, I'm feeling wonderful with the people that are getting me motivated. If you guys know the name Vadim, he's a Russian Olympic weightlifter that apparently lives in Florida. He was there! That big motherfucker snatched, I think he snatched something like 365, clean and jerked like 405. It was crazy, and he wasn't even peaked near his peak. And he's 30-something. Blew me away. It was awesome. So I'm all amped up. I warm up to 245 pounds behind stage. All good lockouts, not a single miss. Locked and fucking loaded. I did it perfectly. I did everything to a T. And I go on stage. And the first weight I throw, obviously I'm nervous. I haven't lifted on stage like for real like that, at least since high school. And that was, kind of go for fun, don't give too much of a shit high school meets, So this is like the big deal. And I throw my first attempt at 115. And for the first time in over a week, both my left elbow and left rear delt give out and strain all over again. I couldn't lock out. I couldn't feel it. My arm was going numb. And that initial miss, opening with a miss, is so horrendous toward the rest of the comp. Now, a comeback always gets you double amped up, but it's kind of like in blackjack when you have a hand that you fail, but then you double down on the next one and get it back. It's a big risk for not a lot of gain. You're basically evening out, but you have twice the adrenaline pumping. So in my mind, I'm like, I can't miss. Now in a way, that's probably the first moment where I'd set myself up for failure. Because whether I had it or not, who knows? But attempt 2, can't lock out my elbow. It's crashing so hard, I can't feel my left shoulder anymore. And I'm throwing it behind. The throw and the catch are easy. The easiest I've ever thrown 255. I just can't lock out my left. Everybody in the crowd's seeing it. Everybody's calling me out on it. Like, everybody knows it's that close. And I can't do it. Third attempt, best attempt, but same deal. I did switch to wide grip on snatch the past 2 months. It's been working, but I think that's partly why the extra strain has gone to my rear delt a lot. It is what it is. It got to the best of me. Could not do it. And in that moment, you're going to have a solid period of time during that intermission between snatch and clean and jerk, especially when you bomb out, where everything pauses, everything stops, and you immediately tell yourself that it's over. Because when it comes to the comp, it is. I fucked up. They had some really nice gold-plated medals, and I fucked that up. Because even if I get a clean and jerk now, I'm not getting a medal. You DQ if you don't hit one of each. So I'm no longer on the leaderboard. And that's what really hurts. And the only other guy who I was matched up against when it came to how heavy we were going, the only other guy that was up to par with me, opened with the same 215 or same 255, 115 snatch. And he made it first try and failed his second and third attempts. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, fuck. It's just that one. I take a minute, and in my time of desperation, my life partner, my one and only, my girlfriend comes over, and she comes to the training hall, and she knows what's up. She's seen me train enough. She's seen my videos. She doesn't go to the gym with me much ever, but she knows how I care, because that's the people I surround myself with. That's my person. She doesn't even need to ask me if I'm okay. She knows I'm not. She just hugs me. She looks at me and she says, just like you've always done, this is not about the weight. It is about throwing it with 100% intensity and trying your best right now. And that may not be the exact word she used, but that's how it came across to me. And that's what I live by. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter how important it is. If you gave it 100%, you did not fail. You attempted, and you succeeded at trying your fucking best. Because I'm not here to compare myself to others. I'm here to do what's possible in my life, in my career. So, I lock it back in. I turn the brain off. Fully zone in. I'm not talking to anybody now. It's all in my head now. It's all a mental game. It does not matter that I miss my snatches, because the worst that could happen is I give up and I stop lifting right there altogether. I say, fuck it. I'm not going to win anyway, so who gives a shit? I'm not clean and jerking anymore. Fuck that. That is a quitter's mindset, and that is not me. It's never been me. I've had more bad days in the gym than I can count, and every single one of those fucking days, you see me on this channel telling you why I'm doing my best. So, I warm up, go up to 295 in my warm-ups on clean and jerk, because I've already locked in my opener. I can't change it. I know it's too heavy now, but I don't care, because now it's not about worrying about the weight. It's about worrying about succeeding, making some fucking progress in the moment. Don't care if I fail on my lifts again. That doesn't matter. I could bomb out the whole competition for all I care, but I'm giving it 100. I warm up to 295, all good reps, all good lockouts. Not a single miss. I go on stage, 315, good clean, elbow bend on my right. And the moment they called me on that, I got red lighted on that on my first attempt. The moment they told me it was right elbow, I knew I had it in me. Because my left is the one that's fucked up. Come back, put on 1 kilo to have an extra minute of rest, and I crush 144 kg, somewhere around 317, 318 pounds. Crush it. And in the heat of the moment, coach looks at me, he's like, hey man, even though you're a little fucked up right now, and you're not winning, and you're not going to be able to lift for a little while, you're in the moment, dude. You've earned this lift. Take your third attempt. Put on 145. Who gives a shit? And I've told you guys several times before going to the comp, I put in my due fucking diligence. I trained as hard as I could. I prepped as much as I could. I just got unlucky this time and fucked up right before a big day, but I've earned that last attempt. So I said, fuck it. I've always told you guys, I don't care if I break my elbow in comp. If I break my elbow, but I prepped for it the best I could, I'm not going to be mad at myself. I'm just going to throw it as hard as I fucking can. And I clean it good. It's a good fucking clean. The split jerk was the most explosive, but as you can imagine, my left arm was numb at that point. I just had nothing left in me. I had about a 0.2 second lockout, and then I dropped it forward. But couldn't be happier to have just gotten the experience to be in such a crazy environment. I went to a national meet on my first attempt. And everybody's looking at this when I get back to town. And they're like, man, dude, like, and not to mention, I'm going to gloss over because it's not a big deal now, but because of how fucked up my left arm got, the past week to week and a half since the comp, I've had to take off because my left rear delt hasn't been able to lock out since. It just locked back into place today. And we're so fucking back. And everybody's looking at me and they're like, damn, dude, like, let us know if you need anything. Let us know if you're okay. Like, we'll be there if you need it. And all I got to say is I don't fucking need it. Like, I'm going to absolutely take in the support. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But I can't explain how happy I am to have just gotten the experience to show up. And I'm the most grateful that I failed in such an ugly fashion, because not only do I have so much to learn and have such great ideas for how to progress, But it's the confirmation that now I know, being able to really look back and reflect a week and a half later, fully, logically, rationally, after the heat of the moment and recovering, it's not that I dislike competition. I just dislike failing. And that is a good motherfucking problem to have. I just want to succeed. I just want to throw heavy shit and look cool as fuck. That's it. I just want to pick up the big heavy circles and show off as much as I can. And the only reason I was so down in the dumps, bummed, was because I felt so ready and so amped. And again, with all the family stuff, I was already emotional as shit. But what a great first step to not only get the best experience that I could ever ask for, but also now know without a shadow of a doubt that I have a clear, full, logical, conscious mind and desire and a goal of exactly how I want to do it next time. And I'm going to double my progress in one fucking go. That's how confident I am. Because I got so much experience from that one go that I'm going to blow this next one out of the fucking water without a shadow of a doubt. Real quick to just sum up today, because we're back now. You know, we got to be grateful for the failures, and now we're back. I can finally do some shit. It's not going to be heavy this week. I haven't squatted or benched in 2 weeks, if not more. And more than 2 weeks, actually. And the last heavy snatch and clean and jerk sessions that I did was when I blew my arm up about 3.5 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago. So yeah, it's going to be light, but I don't care. Because I have finally re-earned the right to attempt what I love. And I'm telling you, I've been needing that itch to be scratched. The way that the program's going to work for right now, I haven't fully decided on my heavy snatch and clean and jerk and my heavy back squat and bench press day. I like how everything's written out, but I want to program it smarter. I want to become the competition. You know, I can't just go into comp saying I'm going to PR. I want to be fully prepped and ready for exactly how I want to do it next time. You know, I can't just randomly PR in the gym when I have no stress on my back and then expect a PR in comp. I want to actually train like I'm in comp every single fucking day. So the idea is that if I hit a weight, I cannot make the full 20-pound jump from, like, let's say, like I went to 205 on the snatch accessory today. If I had jumped straight to 225, I would have to treat it like a competition and say that 225 is my opener, and then jump by 10 pounds for a second and third attempt each, so that I can emulate that whenever I compete. So, you know, obviously, shoulder just locked back into place. I'm not trying to overdo it. Got the 205, felt great, felt confident, but I don't know what I'm capable of yet. So I got to take it slow, got to take it smart. Did 205, 215, 225. Wonderful reps. 225 was the best one. Really good lockouts, really good confidence. Cannot explain how excited I am to be back. The bigger deal that you've already seen, I know I yapped the whole video, but the bigger deal is we're doing snatch balance again. After my arm exploded a little bit, I've come to realize, and I already knew this, I just did overhead squats because they were fun. It was a passion lift. After that last week, it is no longer enough of a passion lift to keep on the schedule. Throwing 335 pounds over my head is fun as shit, but not at the expense of my elbows and shoulders. I have had several, almost every single day, I almost throw my arms out. It's not worth it just for the lockout. So we're doing snatch balance to have more control, more stability, more consistency in the technique. I will get faster under the bar. I will have stronger shoulders, elbows, and wrists. I will not have to go as heavy to put in twice the work towards accessorizing the snatch. Again, I did the exact same attempts, 205, 215, 225. I haven't snatch balanced in almost 3.5 years, I think. 3 years. So gonna take my time getting back into this one. It feels great. The technique is beautiful, it means overhead squat at least was worth it. I'm making that new step. I'm becoming a better lifter every single day. Otherwise, back squat reasonably. My low back is pretty numb because my legs, everything is sore because that first day back in after taking some time off, you're gonna be fucked up. Didn't expect to go heavy, but doing pauses at 90 degrees on the way down and 90 degrees on the way back up to isolate full quad activation and strengthening the quads around my quad tendons because I've had old injuries there. Felt wonderful. Did great. Got, 345, 355, 365. Couldn't be happier, Next time I'll for sure be able to go to 385. I just haven't done these weights in so long that I didn't want to rush it. And I left off at a really good spot. I don't think that I would have been able to do 365, 375, 385. So either way, it sets me up beautifully to do the clean and jerk accessory. Sorry, my girlfriend's waving at me. Clean and jerk accessory, front squat accessory, and bench press accessory. And not to mention, I am doing a front squat accessory for both volume days until the top single day on peak week, because I hate doing top sets of 5 and 3 when it comes to front squats. It does not work for me. I work way better doing variations. So it'll get my upper back stronger, my quad stronger, my delt stronger. Making progress all around. One way or another. Physically, it's not great. It's day 1, but for as good as the weight's moved and as confident as I feel, gotta give it a solid 8.5. It went wonderfully. I can't complain. I didn't feel bad at all. The technique is all still there. The weights will come back literally within the week or two. It's gonna move so fast. Mentally, solid 9.3. Feeling great. I cannot tell you how ready I am to be back, learn from my past experiences. I don't call them failures. They're experiences that we build upon, and then we will compete later on, some months from now, and we'll go from there. Either way, I know I yapped a ton, but it's been weeks, guys. I gotta get it out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, won't take any more time off. I think my shoulder's fully recovered. Should be good. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know how the lifts and lives have been going. I love hearing about it, and I love you guys. See you later.